I have listed a few items, not in particular order of, if you believes in these things, I think we need to get together or join together and build a collusion and, build a revolution. Peaceful revolution, that's what we try to get at, We don't want violent revolution in which people might be killed or cracked down, but it's no guarantee, right? So if you believe in ethics, humanity, love, peace, not wars, you want to pursue these changes. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, without without being fear of, scared of prosecutions by, officials or governments. For example, the latest Julian Assange arrest is very bad for us because I believe he's a hero. He had exposed the criminal and illegal activities by the politicians and other parties, in which we will never know if Assange and Snowden or Manning didn't do so, that the government is spying on us or had spying on us, and we need the new law to protect whistleblower, not only protect but to encourage anyone working in a government or corporation, if they see anything wrong or anything illegal, and classification of information is another thing. I think we don't want government to be very secretive. I mean, they classify everything, encrypted everything. I mean, a lot of stuff, and because after all, we pay them, and I think most of the information should be non-classified and transparent to the people, right? So we definitely demand transparency. The government has to be more lean, more agile, not getting massive bureaucrat. Become very hard to respond to people need, and become more and more place for special interests corporations to control, like what we have now in the U.S. You see a lot of Trump's administration. People are actually Wall Street people, banker that, or executives from corporation that actually running our country, which is scary because they only looking after their own interests, and their own interests normally hurting people because they create wealth transfer from us, through maybe taxation or tax welfare through corporations or the elite. Of course, they attacking socialism, but they actually they have the socialists that all this money and resources going to them is a socialist principle. If you believe in free education, free healthcare, Medicare for all, affordable housing, then we need to work hard on it. We really need bad education reform, because right now I see a lot of problem with excessive testing, standardized tests. I don't think it's helping at all. It just make it harder for the teachers, for the students to really learn what is really important for us to make us better, not just train us to become obedient workers for big corporations or the elite. We don't know how to manage money. We don't know what are differences between real news and fake news. We don't know what the government is doing. And we become, brainwashed. And at the same time, we were, addicted to games and, so-called entertainment, all that stuff that actually taking a lot of time from us. And as you see, the economy is not working for most of us. All of this because of education and not being informed and not being active in the political and economical process. We need clean, organic food supply, sustainable living. I think a lot of time we spend too much. When we have money, we don't know how to manage it. Or we get into more debt. You know, a lot of us do. Sometimes it's needed because of, again, that's why we need healthcare. Maybe healthcare related. You have sickness. You know, I have a friend of mine. He told me that his daughter some time back was diagnosed with irregular heartbeat problem due to electrical, whatever, something electrical in the heart, in the body. And I don't know what insurance he had, but he said he had to spend 50,000 to, you know, it's not a major operation, but they have to put something, a tube or something through her vein or something, you know, to fix it. That is, you know, and he said 50,000, you know, I thought that's crazy, you know. So it shouldn't happen with Medicare for all, just like many European countries, they have national health care, you know, many countries do. So you don't go bankrupt because of, you know, some major operations, right? So I definitely promoting, you know, organic food supply, clean food supply, water supply, you know. Another big one is press freedom. Media journalists should not be prosecuted like, you know, Assange by bringing out the information that's hurting the public and, you know, illegal activities by the government, all of that. It should not be punished. And they try to frame as national security, or you break into this and you break into that. But the objective for him is to expose the illegal, you know, criminal activities that, you know, like Clinton and the government is doing. Like I say, again, we need a new law for whistleblower. Definitely, minimum wage and living wage have to be enforced, including, you know, with Medicare for all, that will save a lot of money for us instead of money going to, you know, middlemen or CEOs and shareholders of HMO, you know. That's what happened, or drug company charging too much. We need to be able to, with Medicare for all, to negotiate. And a lot of saving we can use in research, medical research for, you know, universities like UCLA, Stanford, to come up with new drugs. We can use that saving. And small business can do well because they're, even big corporations can do well with Medicare for all. They don't have to pay for healthcare, or, you know, I mean, they have to pay tax, but that will be less than, you know, increasing costs right now. You know, like you can follow Bernie. He's all into Bernie or Tulsi. They are all, and many other progressive politicians are into this, and you can get more information. Even doctors, you know, I mean, they get tired of paying a lot of money with administrative tasks, have to fight the insurance company, you know, and all of that for money is not working, you know. But with a lot of saving, we can creatively use it to do more research in drug and treatments, right? Gonna be huge saving. I'm very excited. I think that's gonna happen soon. You know, hopefully Bernie will be elected. Okay, next one, abolish the Fed. I think both a lot of Republican and, you know, and Democrat, or even economists, a lot of them agree that the Fed is just, you know, basically is designed to help the banks and screw us, basically, right? So abolish the Fed. Now, Raw Paul say that, or at least, you know, we have to audit to see what they're doing and maybe transform them into something that will work. The system will work for majority of us. We need to focus on sound currency, not fiat currency. With gold standard, we have to bring back Glass-Steagall Act to enforce the Wall Street again, and we need to make sure Wall Street is not using our money to gamble like before. And I hope to see that we prosecute those guys, you know, get their money back from 2008 that we bailed them out. We need to do something. We have to go back and prosecute those guys and seize their assets and take our money back from their bonuses. Clean environment, climate is huge. You know, if earth warming is going up to a certain point, we're going to have, like Chris has just said, we're going to go into the the feedback loop and create this massive storm and flood and all this stuff, and human being animals will be wiped out. A lot of us will be wiped out. So I think that is real, and you can see a lot of protests and activists, even school children all over the world are protesting, and we need. I think time is running out, but we have to start doing it. You know, take it very seriously. You know, reduce fossil fuel. We need to support strong unions, worker unions, for good benefits, good job. We have to create jobs and build factories here instead of outsource that only benefit big corporations. You know, to China, all of that, and you see what they did to turn us into service industry, but we're not producing really. We don't have a lot of good jobs anymore. You know, like automakers. You know, we ship jobs to Mexico thanks to thanks to Clinton. NAFTA, you know, lost a lot of millions of jobs, and related what you call byproduct or manufacturing that's supported automakers. You know, back then, I mean, we major lost. I think people should wake up, and you know, I mean, these politicians are worse than used car salesmen in my experience, because they screw you for decades. You know, big time. They're hurting family and everything. You know, I mean, corrupted lawyers or lying lawyers is the worst, right? I mean, they can do a lot of damage. And we need to do everything to make sure the system, economy, political, social systems are working for the 99.9%, not the top 1%, right? I think that's the thing we need to focus on. You know, student loan bailout. We need to get started on that. You know, if we can bail out Wall Street or give, you know, big corporation tax break, we need to help our poor kids, student kids. You know, this a scam of, you know, charging, you know, 100,000, 50,000 for education. That's crazy, right? We need to promote entrepreneurs, small businesses again, innovations. You know, through all of these reform and revolutionary reforms. Fair tax, you know, we need big corporation like Amazon to pay tax. I heard they pay like zero tax last year, you know. Build new infrastructure. We need effective or efficient mass transit like rail system and high-speed train. We need to be more high-speed train, you know. Green New Deal and green good jobs. We need those.